4, Road to a Million. I look like a freshly born child. I don't even know. I mean, it's it's crazy how much facial hair actually just changes one's face. It's absolutely insane. Today, all I did edited part of the video that I ended up filming yesterday, and then went on a run. The video that I ended up editing, I've realized that I need to not speak over people and mirror them as quickly as I do. Like I can mirror them, but give some sort of space in between that mirror. So if somebody's like, "Oh yeah, I spend 10 hours on my phone," instead of me going like, "Oh, 10 hours," be like, "Oh yeah, hey, I spend 10 hours on my phone." 10 hours? Like give it a little bit of breathing room, because when I'm going through these edits, it's like it's going to be a little tough, because like I'm speaking when I was just wanting them to speak. It did get better as the day progressed. It's just the first couple of people, it was not great. Like I was talking over them, didn't have as clear of a direction as I wanted to. Maybe I'll go out and reshoot. I don't think I will. I would say I got good content, and I did learn that certain aspects aren't what I think we think they are. Yeah, no, screen time doesn't dictate. Like it doesn't determine whether you're wasting time or being productive. Because like for me, when I go on Instagram, I'm not going on Instagram just to like scroll like I once did. I'm going on Instagram because I'm replying to comments, or I'm liking posts, or I'm sending DMs, which I haven't been sending as many DMs as I probably should. But like when I'm on Instagram, I'm commenting and I'm providing value, and I'm working on building my following. When I'm on YouTube, I'm doing the same thing. Either I'm like listening to a podcast, or I'm listening to a lecture, or I'm commenting on other people's posts. So it's like it's hard to judge screen time, because like somebody could say have 10 hours of screen time. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're being lazy. It just means that they have 10 hours of screen time. Because like screen time is also when, say, they're doing Uber or DoorDash, or they're doing some sort of business. Like they have their phone open for studying purposes, or they have their phone open for work purposes. Like screen time isn't a great judge of whether this person is productive or whether this person is not productive. It can help. It's not a defining factor in being productive or being non-productive. Then the guy that I went on the run with today, he was actually inspired by me. He was like, it was a very humbling experience to see where you're at versus where I'm at. And I was like, it was actually kind of a cool thing to see, because most of the time, yeah, a lot of the time, I was worried to run in front of people. I was worried to run faster than other people. And I've started to realize that, like, from the most recent video that I did, and when this comes out, this is going to be like months after that video came out. Just, yeah, it's how I structure this. So when I did the incline and I climbed that, I wanted to go at my pace. Like the first time I went at one pace where like I was talking with a lot of people, and then the second time like I went at a pace where I'm like, I'm just going up. And there's 30 minutes of difference. So it's just like everybody has their own pace, everybody has their own style, everybody has their own time frame. Everybody's built different. No two people are built the same. And that's something that I've had to come to realize. Some people do like pushing themselves beyond their limits, like myself. David Goggins is another example. And there's other people that don't want to do those things. There's other people that are happy staying at home and not pushing their limits. They're happy being where they're at. That's okay. That's the great part about being human. That's the great part about doing the things that we do each and every single day, is everybody has a different way of doing things. No two people are alike. No two people are identical, which is very, very beneficial. And it was just it was cool to see that he was like, yeah, no, this was an inspirational moment for me. It's like, you're inspiring me to want to do better, to push myself more. Like, he was like, I learned that, like, there's always room to grow. There's always room to do better. And that was kind of something that I needed to hear, because I was always under the impression that me pushing myself and me doing better than I don't want to say everybody else, because there are people that are better than me doing better than I was yesterday was something that I always thought intimidated people, because people had always told me that it was too much. And now I realize that those people were just afraid of the light that I was shining on them, showing them that they weren't doing the things that they could be doing. They weren't pushing themselves. They weren't going beyond the limits. They weren't having those conversations. They weren't doing the things that I was doing, and me doing them was showing them how they stopped believing in themselves. Whereas me, I've never stopped believing in myself. I'll continue moving forward. I'll continue running. If people want to come with me, awesome. If not, like, I'm not stopping. And that was something that happened on the run that I was thinking about. I was like, when I was running back, I was like, oh, I could walk for a little bit. And then I was thinking, I was like, this is kind of the same thing that applies to me doing like YouTube videos. I'm so close to reaching my goal. I'm so close to obtaining everything that I've ever wanted. And obviously, I'm going to continue to obtain even more, just because abundance is coming to me in ways that it can come to everybody if we truly want it. When I was on the run, there was a part where I was like, yeah, I could just walk for a minute, slow down for a brief second. And then I was like, well, why? Why slow down? Why not just push on through? We can rest in a little bit. And that's something that the Blue Beetle movie taught me. Which, if you guys haven't seen that movie, skip forward, I want to say 20 to 40 seconds. I'm not entirely sure. This movie's been out for a couple of months. But there's a part where one of the loved ones dies in the movie, and the grandma's like, we'll grieve later, we'll cry later. Now is not the time. And I was kind of thinking that on the run as well, where it was like, I can rest soon. Right now, we're going. We're going one step at a time. We're running. We're putting one foot in front of the other. We're making it to the destination. We're making it there because we can. I know I can, because I've made it to all these other destinations. So I'm going to make it to this destination, then I'm going to continue walking. Like, that's just what I do. Like, I admire the view. I'm like, okay. We hit 100,000. It's like, this is awesome. All right. Let's keep going. Let's see what else we can do. Let's see how much further I can go. Like, I'm never stopping. That's the thing. Like, I may rest. I may take a breather. I'm not stopping. I'm going to continue putting one foot in front of the other, as I always do. And that's why I've started to pick up running, was because I wanted to do something that was incredibly challenging for myself, something that I was not very good at. It was something that I was avoiding because I didn't want to do the cardio. And after running for just a couple of weeks, my cardio is way, like, it's leagues above where it was. Like, today I was able to run a 7-minute mile-ish, which is, it's good. I want to get it down to around a 5-minute mile. And if I could break a sub 4, dude, that'd be pretty good. Even though I'd say more long distance running instead of sprints. But, like, if I could do a 5-minute mile, be pretty impressive. And I know I can. It just takes work, as anything does. That's why I'm not stopping. Let's continue taking one step at a time, continue moving forward, continue making these videos each and every single day for you guys. Because it does get easier. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. And the easier it becomes, the more you look for other challenges, other things to challenge yourself, other things to learn. There's never a time where you're not going to be learning. That's something that I've come to realize. I always thought that I was like, I'll get here, and then I'll stop learning. And that was part of the reason, like, with sales, with the job that I was in beforehand, like, being a salesman, like, the main guy, not the director, like, manager, I came to realize this, like, we have the same conversation every single day, and I stopped learning after, I wouldn't say I entirely stopped learning, because there were still small little tweaks that I could make. For the most part, like, I just wasn't learning as much as I wanted to, and that's why I like doing, like, video editing and videography, because whenever I want to do something new or I have an idea, I can Google it and I can learn that specific thing. And that's why I was wanting to be in a sales, like, director's role as well, is because then I can figure out, okay, hey, this is how I manage people. I can allow for them to do this, and I can have more creativity when it's part of a smaller company compared to being at a big conglomerate, a big corporation that doesn't give me as much autonomy. And then I can create YouTube videos still where I go out and I talk with people, I have the conversations, I can hire an editor, I can do all these things. I'm just going to keep taking one step at a time. Like, have multiple successful YouTube channels that bring in quite a bit of revenue each and every single month. I'm like 15 to 20K to start out, and then obviously get that up to, like, that's ad revenue. And then I would say have another 60 to 80K a month within like other products that I sell. Either it could be merch, courses, coaching, consulting, be making extra cash that way as well. So then, like, I'm just providing value. That's it. It's really that simple. I'm inspiring other people to take action. I'm helping them understand their mind. I'm helping them get past plateaus that they may have, because I've been there. I know how hard sometimes it is to get off the couch or go to the gym or go for the run. Like, the running has been the hardest part for me. Or go biking. Like, really anything. Read the book. Meditate. Journal. Make videos every day. Just once it becomes a habit, it's second nature at that point in time. And that's all I'm trying to do. Just trying to help you guys create new habits. Help you hopefully maybe find some inspiration from this and see that, like, I have ups, I have downs, everybody does. Social media too often, I think, pushes the idea of everything's perfect 100% of the time. We don't always get to see genuine people, and maybe that's just the channels that I watch. Maybe you guys have other channels that you know and other people that you know online that share things like this. I just have never seen somebody that does something like this, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so I guess if you guys want to have an actionable step for today, go for a walk. Like, just take a walk. Don't watch another video after this. Don't click on something else. Just go take a walk. It doesn't have to be long. If you don't listen to music on your walk, you can listen to music on your walk. If you don't listen to an audiobook on your walk, you can do that as well. Just go take a walk. It'll help. It really will.